I have the time as 7:30 on the dot. So I will call this public hearing and regular business meeting of the mayor and council for the city of Snellville, Georgia on Monday, October 24th, 2022 to order. We do have everyone here. We have the quorum present. And we will start tonight with an invocation by Chaplain Elizabeth Hendrick.
Thank you, ma'am. Let us pray. Holy God, it is in the small things where you show us so many blessings. We give you thanks tonight for the fiery sunset that shows how you bless all of creation as you change seasons. And we give you thanks for the change in colors which remind us of time. We ask you now to be with this council as they deliberate for the citizens of Snellville. We give you thanks for the many blessings that this city has received and for their wise work. Be with them now and give them open hearts and listening ears, and the skill to discern and the courage to act. We ask this in your most precious name. Amen. Have a good meeting. I will see you next time. I can't stay for tonight, but
thank you, Chaplain. We appreciate you being here. And now I will call forward Winta Mamo. I'm hoping I'm saying you guys' names right. Nargis Coco. Come on up from our Snellville Youth Commission, and they're going to lead us in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, ladies. We have no ceremonial matters, so we'll move on to the minutes. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve the minutes of the October 10th, 2022 meetings.
There is a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second to approve the minutes. All in favor, please raise your hand. That is 6 in favor with none opposed. We have no invited guests, and under committee and department reports, we have an update from the Snellville Youth Commission. So if you girls want to come back up.
Good evening, Council. My name is Nargis Coco. I'm a senior at South Gwinnett High School, member of the Gwinnett Youth Commission, but today I present to you as mayor of the Snellville Youth Commission.
Hello, City Council. My name is Winta Mamo. I am a senior at South Gwinnett High School, and I am the vice mayor of the Snellville Youth Commission. Today we will be discussing Snellville Youth Commission and what we have been doing alongside us, how it's been benefiting our youth and our community.
Over the past few months, SYC has had 3 immensely impactful meetings in which we gained civic knowledge and got closer to the city of Snellville. During our first meeting, held on Saturday, August 27th, we focused on team building and understanding Snellville's foundation.
The Snellville Youth Commission did a scavenger hunt where we went around Snellville City Hall and learned more about the founding of Snellville, significant moments in history, and important figures that built what we know as Snellville today. This helped our youth understand the importance of community and a foundation.
Our second meeting, held on Saturday, September 17th, was focused on the vision that Snellville had to create community and connections, the Grove. In November 2021, City Manager Butch Sanders allowed us the opportunity to see the Grove in its beginning stages. This year, he came back and gave us a more detailed tour of the Grove, as well as explained the budget and expectations. During the tour, not only were we given the opportunity to observe the Grove's progress, but we also were able to visualize the center of the transformation of downtown Snellville.
The Grove allows for people to connect, ideas to flow, and for everybody to be not a part of a whole, but a family. The Grove is especially significant to Snellville's youth because it allows us the space to connect with other young people, our community, and our officials.
Our biggest meeting so far, and an excellent indicator of the capabilities and potential of our Snellville youth, has been our table talk discussion that occurred right here in this room on Saturday, October 15th. In an effort to bridge the gap in communication between our youth and officials from the city, the county, and even the state, we opened our doors to speakers including 2 Gwinnett County Commissioners, state legislative representatives, and the GCPS Board Chair.
In 10-minute rotations, we were given a chance to not only express our feelings surrounding issues that directly impacted us, but also gain some perspective on what it takes to be responsible for the needs of a diverse population. Eye-opening and enlightening were just a few words thrown out to describe the event, but they fail to capture the true significance of table talks. What the youth needs more than anything is to be heard, and if we accomplished anything during our table talks, it was amplifying the voices of the youth.
On behalf of the entire Snellville Youth Commission, we want to thank City Council for seeing the value in youth civic education and investing in us. Going forward, in this cohort and all that come after us, we will continue to create a legacy and community service while representing and articulating the needs of the youth in the greater Snellville community. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for that great update. I have to tell you how proud I am every time I see any of you and interact with your group, how proud I am of all of you and the work that you're doing. It's just phenomenal. It really, really is. Okay, so now we will move on to the approval of the agenda. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve the agenda for Monday, October 24th, 2022.
There is a motion to approve the agenda. Is there a second?
Second.
So motion and a second. All in favor, please raise your hand. That is 6 in favor with none opposed. We have nothing under our public hearing, consent agenda, or old business, and we have one item under new business. We have item A, and I'm going to read a lot of gobbledygook here. Second reading, ordinance 2022-17, an ordinance to provide for participation by the city of Snellville, participating employer or employer, in the Georgia Municipal Employees Benefit System Life and Health Program, in accordance with and subject to the terms of GM-EBS Life and Health Program Trust Agreement, the GM-EBS Life and Health Program Participation Agreement, the participating employer's declaration pages, and the rules governing the program, all as authorized and provided by Chapter 5 of Title 47 of the OCGA to provide an effective date to repeal conflicting ordinances and for other purposes. What we're doing here, we had our first reading at the last meeting. We're doing our second reading tonight. This ordinance simply allows the city to move our health insurance program over to GERMA with Georgia Municipal Association. We were able to get better rates and hopefully better insurance coverage for our employees. And they require an ordinance to be able to join their program. So with that, is there a motion on this second reading?
Motion to approve ordinance 2022-17 as read by the mayor.
There is a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
There is a motion and a second. All in favor, please raise your hand. That is 6 in favor and none opposed. Whew, what a big agenda. So now we will move on to council reports, and we'll start with Councilmember Solange DeStang.
Hello, everyone. So good to see you all. My report is going to be really, really short. It is just to remind you that your city taxes are due on December 15th. They were mailed out on or about September 15th. So don't forget to get them paid by December 15th. You can pay by check or by money order payable to the city of Snellville. You can also pay it online at www.snellville.org. And on that note, have a safe trip back home. See you in 3 weeks. Okay, 2 weeks.
Thank you, Solange. Councilmember Warner.
Well, I want to thank everybody who showed up tonight. The young ladies split already. I was going to acknowledge them for their great job. They were very nervous about coming up and public speaking, and I think they acquitted themselves very well. this last weekend. Hopefully everyone got a chance to come out to the Snellville Fall Festival. It was awesome. A big shout out to State Representative Rebecca Mitchell, who ended up with 3/4 of the scarecrows. And she guilted me into, or she reminded me how important it was to bid on the scarecrows so she didn't have to buy them all. And by the way, mine weighs about 150 pounds. I think you're smart not taking them home. But it was a great event. I hope y'all had a chance to come out and enjoy it. And I really appreciate all the hard work that goes into it. The Snellville Youth Commission was there along with Beta Club. And of course, Kelly McAloon worked for days and days and days and weeks, and then some more days to pull off another fabulous event. So thank you very much, Kelly, for all you do. And with that, I will bid you all a good night.
Thank you, Todd. Councilmember Linsky?
I'd like to share some of the pictures with you to help support the comments that Winta and Nargis went over. And here they are. Included in here, no, it's still loading, I guess. It's really not that many photos, but I've included in here some of the highlights of the October 15th table talks, discussions, and I've also included some of the pictures from their construction tour back in September. So you'll see that so many different layers and levels of government officials, events coordinator, Kelly McAloon, there's Principal Savage from Brookwood High School, State Senator Nikki Merritt, and State Representative Shelley Hutchinson, our very own Rob Pendleton. Oh, there's Matt's little girl, our Assistant City Manager's little girl. I got to play with her for a little bit. So the students engaged with, as well, Dr. Therese Johnson from the Gwinnett County School Board. So these were students from Shiloh, Grayson, Brookwood, and I think we had a few from Central Gwinnett as well. So Shiloh, yeah, I said Shiloh. But this is the construction tour visit. So the students find this amazing, and it's so important for them to be involved and realize that they are stakeholders in our community, and they are going to be the ones to support this town center project into the future. They're going to be the ones living in the apartments, driving the entrepreneurial spirit of this city. So that's an important piece for them to see it, and they can tell their children one day, hey, I remember when this was just dirt moving here. So, and there's the library, outside the library. So, one other thing that I wanted to mention tonight is 1 week from today is Halloween. And our Snellville Police Department does an absolutely amazing job with not just keeping our young people safe when they're out trick-or-treating, but also in connecting with them in the community. So going through my neighborhood last year, I heard one of our officers over the loudspeaker, I have all the candy, and a large number of kids chasing after police car to get the candy, and it just really doing an awesome job in engaging the youth of our community. One of the things, though, that they need is our police department needs candy. So I'd like to challenge everybody tonight, but first by setting an example. Chief Perry, Captain Spar, could you come forward and accept a donation of candy for Halloween? And I challenge each of you to do the same during the next week.
Thank you, Christy. Councilmember Schultz?
Ms. Linsky, I'd like to compliment you on your leadership of the Snellville Youth Commission. You've just done an awesome job with that group, and it really shows the kind of leadership that you're providing for them.
Bring it to the city.
As far as the Snellville Farmers Market, we're in our extended season. Our next market is November 5th. We're now having them the first and third Saturdays of each month, 9 to noon in the parking lot. Other than that, I don't have much more news to report, except I know those of you that are our grandparents can appreciate this. My 6-year-old granddaughter's 6 and under softball team won the Cherokee County Championship. And she was just, I think her daddy was more excited than she was, though, actually, because he's helped to coach. So that was our big news for the family.
Thank you, Gretchen. Mayor Pro Tem Emanuel.
Thank you. I was going to say something about the Snellville Youth Commission and what Christy Linsky did and does and continues to do, and Gretchen kind of stole my thunder, but we can at least give her a round of applause. Also want to remind you, early voting is going on now, and you have to vote 2 places. Your early voting for state and county offices is not done at City Hall, but the voting on the referendum is done at City Hall. So regardless of how you feel, pro, con, in favor of somebody or not, make sure you get out and vote. And also with the 31st, a week from today being Halloween, just be careful because kids will be out and it's real easy for them to dart out in front of your car. So if you're driving through, especially a residential neighborhood, just keep an eye out for the kids that are out trick-or-treating.
Thank you, Dave. And now for my mayor's report, I wanted to call your attention. I meant to bring this at the last meeting and forgot it. But this bowl came from the oak tree on Highway 78 at Snellville Oaks that was just taken down by the DOT. There was some salvageable wood that came out of it, and the Snellville Historical Society had, and I forgot who it was that carved the bowls, but do you remember, Kelly? I don't remember his name. He did the pens, but I don't think he did the bowls. No, it's labeled. It's labeled. They put labels on the bottom, Mr. Troy's Big Oak Tree 2020. But this is one of the bowls that went up for silent auction by the Historical Society, and I was lucky enough to outbid everybody else on this one. But if you want to come up and take a look at it, it really is a beautiful bowl. And every one that he did, he had 11 at the, and Chief, if you see anybody walking out the door with that, please tackle them for me. But he had 11 bowls made, and he still has more wood to make more, but in between he had back surgery, so he's recovering from that. So just keep an eye out if you're interested in getting one for the future. Keep an eye out on the Facebook page for Snellville Historical Society or on their website. I'm sure they will post when they have others ready. The Fall Festival looked like a great success. Congratulations, Kelly, and the whole team of volunteers that worked so hard to get those festivals off the ground. I was able to come out. I had my grandbaby with me for the whole weekend, so Grandma was tired Sunday. But I brought Bo out for his first Fall Festival, and we were able to stay about an hour and a half with him. And I mean, just a tremendous crowd when we got there, and what a beautiful day, right? So great job. Looks like everything went really well on that. And I did want to say too that on October 14th, I was honored to be able to host the Lipstick Leaders Lunch. The Lipstick Leaders are the female mayors in Gwinnett County banded together and started meeting about every 3 months or so at different cities, and just getting together to have lunch and talk and vent and just support each other in our leadership roles. And since I've been mayor, I've been a part of that group, and I was able to host the mayors of Auburn, Grayson, Berkeley Lake, and the county commission chair the Duluth mayor wasn't able to attend. But so we had lunch at one of the new apartments. They allowed us to set up out on the patio in the courtyard. Kelly McAloon, thank you for all of your wonderful efforts to make that lunch such a special day. But we were able to do the luncheon there at the apartments, and the other leaders got to see what the apartments look like. We got to tour a couple of them, and then we got to see the interior of the library, which I know Nicole Hendrickson, the county commission chair, was very interested in seeing. And we got to walk around the grounds there for the Grove development. So it was a great way for us to be able to show off the city, and it was a very enjoyable afternoon with those ladies. So that's all I have for my mayor's report. So I will now open the floor for public comment. You may come up and state your name and address for the record. 5 minutes on one topic, please.
Tricia Rollins, 2088 Harbor Oaks Drive. Just want to know if I could get some correspondence on the repair of the podium, the flag podium in the cemetery. I passed through there the other day and it still had not been fixed. So if I could get some correspondence on that. Thank you.
Anyone else? Seeing none, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
There is a motion to adjourn. Is there a second?
Second.
And a second. All in favor, please raise your hand. That is 6 in favor with none opposed. Thank you all for coming out. Drive safely.